What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. We now have a classmate of one of the said shooters at Butler, Pennsylvania Trump rally coming out detailing some brand new evidence that I think we should all hear and see. I'm excited to check this one out and see exactly what this classmate has to offer, this key information that's helping out, us get a little bit more of a clearer picture on, the events that happened, Butler, Pennsylvania rally. So we get straight to the clips, and I'll save my thoughts for the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end. So you guys get my thoughts on the back end, and also YouTube pushes this video out. Definitely stick around to the end, you guys. But let's get straight to the news. Before we even do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me, and also with that subscribe button as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
I brought up the fact that I'm Hispanic, and I'm for Trump, and he said, "Well, you're Hispanic, so shouldn't you hate Trump?" And I was like, no, he's great. I mean, like, he's a great president. And he called me stupid, or insinuated that as if he's like, well, that's kind of stupid. If he was a know-it-all. So, like, once again, if he was passionate about something, he would just talk, and acted like he knew everything, especially politics related. And he would say it in a tone that was like, I'm better than you, in a type of way. And, meanwhile, it's like, dude, we're in the same classes. You know what I mean? We're talking about the same stuff here. And whenever it comes to politics, I mean, at the end of the day, I can agree, you can disagree, I can disagree. We're not even nothing about it. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's, we're just starting to figure out who we like and all. But, yeah, he was real smug and arrogant whenever he was talking, and whether that was his way to try to make friends or be funny, I don't know, but it got under my skin a lot.
That's the clip that the media doesn't want you to see. Now, can we take this one classmate's testimony as an absolute matter of fact? Of course not. But the whole point is that the media took a totally non-credible, bogus story from someone at the same school who never even shared a class with the individual, and they all ran with it. Of course, in an effort to save their own behinds and downplay the whole event, they always display their eagerness to twist the story to selectively pick whatever information helps them build up their totally dishonest, precious narrative. The fact is, we simply cannot draw a conclusion. Am I leaning towards the fact that the individual who shot at Trump is a Trump hater? I mean, yeah, seems rather logical now, doesn't it? But I'm not going to sit here and make that statement absolutely, of course not, and I'm certainly not going to selectively represent information in order to promote whatever it is that I feel or whatever it is that I want to see as the outcome of whatever the news event is. But that, of course, is exactly what the media does. It's not exactly a mystery what their intentions are. They make their corrupt intentions abundantly clear. Here's the perfect, most recent example. In fact, it's so recent that it's literally related to the Trump shooting. We all remember all those headlines that dropped immediately after the incident occurred. Donald Trump falls on stage. Donald Trump rushed off stage as loud popping noises are heard. Loud noises force Donald Trump off stage at rally. Now, I know, of course, every leftist is going to try to justify these bogus headlines as simple journalistic ethics. All of a sudden, the left-wing media is really concerned about not getting ahead of the story and doing things the right way. Give me a freaking break. It's obvious what the intention was. They run with whatever is beneficial for them. Leftoids are going to pretend as if we're stupid, as if we didn't observe them over the last 6 months attempting to craft this narrative that Donald Trump is actually the one with dementia and not Joe Biden.
This is the problem we're having right now with Trump and Biden. Trump, of course, is even more demented and full of dementia.
Trump is more dementia than Biden?
Yes.
While the press, and for some reason they don't, there are healthcare professionals who think that Trump has dementia, that his connection, his thoughts do not go together.
And then CNN runs with the headline that Donald Trump falls on stage? Give me a freaking break. We know exactly what they were up to. And it's going to be even more clear what they were up to when I show you the third story for this video. But first, I got to show you guys this epic Savannah Hernandez clip. I'm sure you guys all know who Savannah Hernandez is. And if you don't, well, what are you doing with your life? Anyways, here she is trying to get answers on the left-wing media headlines that followed the shooting.
Excuse me, Kristen, I have a question. NBC reported that when Trump was assassinated, attempted assassination, it was popping noises that was initially reported. Would you like to respond to that? No? Yep. All right, y'all, this is Savannah Hernandez, and this is actually Kristen Welkener right behind me of NBC News, the exact same network that reported after the attempted assassination of Donald Trump that it was just popping noises. Kristen, would you like to say anything? No? Would anybody, a part of NBC, like to say anything about your faulty reporting? Not at all? Okay. So that's your mainstream media, ladies and gentlemen. And we have CNN here, we have MSNBC, we have NBC. So this week, I'm really going to try to ask all of these media members what their response is to their networks and this faulty reporting.
Looking like a deer in the headlights, absolute freaking panic mode, carried away into the back rooms, just like Joe Biden. They're running because they know they're full of you-know-what. Instead of doing their job, the left-wing media decided that they were going to engage in this big, massive cover-up scandal. And not just with the initial headlines, but they're still doing it. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean. Here's the third story, and this one honestly might be the worst. Just to show you the left-wing media's intentions in all of this, these are supposedly neutral journalists just getting you guys the facts without spin. Trump cover-up escalates as photo editor at popular publication, quote, wants to ban iconic raised fist photo for making GOP nominee look too good. The unnamed editor told Axios that sharing the historic photo of former president standing after he survived the attempt on his life is dangerous despite how good it is. Their outlet wasn't named either, but it's said to receive millions of regular readers. Liberal-leaning Axios reported that multiple unnamed photographers told them that they were worried that the image taken by Pulitzer winner Evan Fucci could turn into a photoganda by the Trump campaign to further their agenda, despite the photographer's intent of capturing a news event. One photographer said the photo could become a propaganda machine and make Trump a martyr. Propaganda machine, you say? Not so sure about that one. Propaganda would imply that it's being used by the Trump campaign. The Trump campaign is putting that messaging out there to convince the people of supporting a specific narrative. But in this case, there's no need for propaganda. We all had the same reaction. You know, our reactions are authentic. We came to the conclusions that we came to totally organically and authentically by simply observing what happened and being in total disgust with what happened. And also, I might add, a little message for the media, also being quite disgusted with the way that you guys are acting. Trump's engaging in propaganda with this photo. No, you are engaging in propaganda by attempting to censor and hide history because it benefits the opposite political aisle. Photoganda. The Trump campaign is going to take the photo, which was supposed to be coverage of a news event, and they're going to turn it into propaganda. No, I'm pretty sure they're just going to use the photo because it's a part of American history, and it's literally just visual representation of what happened on the day of during one of the most significant times in American history. What a load of crap. But once again, it's the left-wing media proving to the world just how totally dishonest, malicious, and repugnant they truly are. They want to censor the photo because it's too good for Trump. Apparently that's journalism in 2024, where mainstream media outlets essentially just say it out loud. I mean, they spill the beans that they're essentially propagandists in the pocket for the DNC establishment. They want to cover it up. They want to dilute the story. They want to hide important information and hide the photos that don't benefit them politically. It's obvious what they're doing. All you gotta do is pay attention.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Coming from our friend Liberal Hive Mind. I'll definitely be sure to leave that original video link down in the description box below for those who want to go over there and check that out. Also, guys, to go over there and show our friend Liberal Hive Mind a bit of love. Oh my goodness, guys, there we have it. That's what the left-wing media is trying to cover up and hide. They tried to bury that information deep down, so we all thought that, you know, one of the said shooters in that Butler, Pennsylvania rally was a lifelong Republican, but we all knew that it would come out that was the exact opposite of what this guy was. We've not got one of his former classmates detailing this guy was making fun of him for being Hispanic and a supporter of Trump. And this was back when they were, in class. This being one of the classmates who actually sat beside him had a relationship or interaction at the least with this guy. It says that he was very arrogant and full of himself. It sounds like a Democrat if I've ever heard one described. This eyewitness testimony is not coming from someone who is 2 grades above and never even had a class or interaction with the guy. This is no shock that, they've tried to cover this, put a shield up over the truth of what's happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. Since it happened, since the event occurred, we've seen right there the media coverage. They're saying that there was loud cracking noises, pops, but never said that there was gunfire. And then on top of that, they said that the gunman was attacked. attacked. I mean, come on, guys. It doesn't get any more placated or shielded than that. They keep trying to place the blame to say that, Trump, his supporters are all for, this propaganda. They're even saying that, the photo of Donald Trump with his fist in the air after being, attacked on that Butler, Pennsylvania stage, him holding his fist up in the photo, they're saying that right there is propaganda. They want that photo to be hidden, and they want that also buried deep down in the archives because they know what kind of support it brings. I mean, the event, the occurrence itself, I feel like is what's going to bring the most support and attention to Donald Trump. I mean, for Pete's sake, they're completely trying to eliminate this guy, not just off the ballot, but off the streets. It just doesn't make sense how folks can't see, or the left-wing media can't see that. Folks can see straight through their attempts to, point the finger and say that it's the right who's, engaged in these propaganda activity. It just doesn't make sense. We can see it's all of them. It's pretty obvious who's being controlled, puppeted around by, their donor backing, the deep state. And it's definitely not the right. We can see clearly who's actually trying to, aim for the betterment of the American people. We can see that the left, the Democrats, have completely disregarded all of the Americans' constitutional rights, especially with this attempt at a Pennsylvania rally. That right there should have been the last straw. This is not how we go about politics, or choosing our next presidential candidate. This isn't the wild, wild west where it should be the last candidate standing. They're having some type of shootout. This should be, all based off politics, your policies, and if you're actually fit, and voted in by your people, keyword voted in, they don't want to see that. They know that they have no shot. Their ship has sailed a long time ago, especially now that Joe Biden is out of that spot as their front runner. I mean, I've been saying this time and time and time again, guys. Don't rely on these big media, mainstream media outlets, and journalists. You have to, work with the little guys, bear with us. Independent media, independent journalists are going to be there. I'm not going to placate. We don't have much donor backing or, anyone we have to placate towards. We kind of just tell the truth, tell the side of the story that we're seeing, all the facts that we compile, the information, evidence, and we just put it out there to you guys without much fluff to it or spin. But definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts, guys. We're getting brand new details. This is coming from a classmate of one of the Butler, Pennsylvania shooters, saying that he was a very unpleasant, arrogant, full of himself type of guy. He's actually not a Trump supporter. Remember, this story first broke, they were saying that, he was registered as a Republican voter. Now it's coming out that he is quite the opposite. He is definitely no Republican, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know what you're thinking. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible. You guys share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. Doesn't cost you one thing. You guys hit that like button for your boy. And also with that subscribe button, as we're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on next week.